Out of retirement, out of retirement.
Oh my god! Wait! It's a bad idea following you, chubs. What a bunch of idiots. Look at that beast. An Iron Horse Sunday.
One will be the last rider on course, and we'll be leaving the start gate within the next 10 seconds.
First one's the toilet. Here we are in a nice sunny field for an MIJ race, courtesy of John and Ian. Always good vibes. We've actually done this track a number of times over the years, so we don't need to do too much practice. We've got the brand new X2 float and also the 36s. We're all signed up, ready and raring. Let's get geared up and give it a send. Oi, oi. On our way to first pracky run. As I said, we've done this track a few times before. It's nice and chill. It's all about carrying speed where it is quite fast and pedally at the top before you drop down into the bottom half of it. Maintaining speed at the top is going to set you up for a good time. The racetrack they're racing, Elephant Man Black Severe. And
look, hello, mate.
Stand up, look, the main man looking factory.
Out of retirement, out of retirement.
So, of course, first run we're going to follow Chubbs, aren't we?
It's going to be a wild run, guys.
Oh dear. Oh my god, I wasn't waiting for you to go straight in, you nutter. I'm literally in gear one, I wasn't expecting that. Right, following the Chubmeister for first run. Wait! Well, this is a bad idea following you, chubs. What a bunch of idiots. Oh my god! Oh, well, that's quite the run, that one. Mate, I was literally in gear one at the top waiting for you to like start, and it was like, oh, he's dropping in. So there's a couple of lines here where you can hit the jump and almost gap it, or you can actually go around the side just like that. I think going around the side's a bit better because then you can square the next corner off nicely. Towards the top we've got like quite a fast section with a number of different jumps. And where a lot of people have actually ridden this track now, this was almost like a secret outside. Really well ridden in now, so we can hit the outside nice and smooth. Haven't got to deal with those braking bumps, as you can see there. An enduro bike on this top section is pretty worthwhile. A lot of pedalling, very flat, there's no real lumps and bumps to catch you out. Top again, we're going to try and get a full pracky run in now. Look at that beast, an Iron Horse Sunday. So sick to see the old school bike. Right then.
Yes, please.
Right, let's give it a go then. Right, she comes up close. Might gap up here. Might let a bit of pressure out. Oh, it's just swirling around a little. There we go. Sick. There isn't that much line choice on this track, to be fair, just little things before you come into this drop. You can just almost pull out that berm slightly higher opposed to in that rut. There we go, we've got a full run in. You guys don't need to see that track anymore until race run, so we're just going to go back, get a drink, and I'll see you ready and raring for race runs in approximately an hour's time. I've just seen a dad with his boy, and he's literally like, the first time I saw you riding a bike, he was in nappies, and you just think, for goodness sake, am I really that old? You would assume so. Quite a pedally track, so we're just going to put a bit more PSI in the old tyres to carry a bit more speed on the top section. Have a little look, see what time start time is. And there he is, look, there he is. Right, on our way, ready for race run number 1. This is the bit of racing that I absolutely hate, just the waiting and the nerves. It doesn't matter how many years you do it, never gets easier. So we just go for a little pedal, warm the old legs up, and then get ready for race run number 1. At the start, about to drop in. There's actually an e-bike category, which is kind of cool to see, so nice and fun.
All right, we're going to go.
No one cares.
That members dropped fast enough. Oh.
Wow, that is blown out of it, isn't it? How was that?
I think we're faster on this.
Faster?
I think so.
I think it's the weight, isn't it?
But
Oh mate, that's blown out. Wow, it's tight. Lemon tight. So there we go, we're currently leading, although the guy who's currently in second is the Masters national champ, and I don't think he had the best run. So we've got to see if we can just find little bits and bobs. I mean, generally, I could have just let off the brakes a bit. Line choice I wasn't too mad at. There was loads of stuff that went all right. Could have maybe sorted the gears out slightly better on the top, but it's one of those things. The problem you've got with a very tight track, it all comes down to those very fine margins. So I'm just looking now at this bottom section where we can almost jump up high, and there is actually a high line now. High main line. This is like the slightly higher line with the braking bumps forming. Some people are actually coming up all the way up here. Problem, however, is when you get to here, you can see there's nothing really to catch you if you do start turning, and you can imagine there is a few front wheel washouts, and we definitely don't want that. However, this middle line now is getting quite rough. Hard one. Much rather it's dry like today. These in the wet are absolute carnage, but where it is slightly dry, you've just got that tiny bit of surface dust on it, which makes it a little loose, and this berm into the finish line has blown out a little. So we've got to make sure when we're coming into this that we get on the brakes a bit more, hit this inside of the berm, because you know it won't wash out. You're almost pre-jumping into the downslope off the drop, and then make sure you get some pedals into the finish. You can certainly see how dusty and dry it is now. You can imagine the amount of people that have probably lost their front wheel on that. Not ideal. I thought earlier on maybe trying the lower line, but I think you're just going too fast to do low line and then turn. I think it's just a case of just stay out nice and high, and then you've done all your turning, and then you can obviously catch the backside of that. So this is where riders are coming down here. They've got two options: either hit the berm to the berm, or you can actually straight line it and actually go off this as well, which then straightens the whole section. Go on, lad. kids coming on down now, so I think we've got a good hour and a half before second race run. So we go to the top, get a drink, chill out, and then second race run. Ended up using all the travel on the front and the rear. I think rather than putting more air in, it probably needs an extra token. I'm just going to wind on some high-speed compression and hopefully that should sort me out. On our way for race run number 2. Just going to have a little play and put the old sus all the way down to see how much travel we're actually going to be using, and then we can dictate what to do later on.
One will be the last rider on course, and we'll be leaving the start gate within the next 10 seconds.
Received.
Oh, felt a bit smoother. I'm just glad it's one piece now.
I got to that point, I was like, just get to the bottom.
Mate, it's bad, like I just don't want to crash. That is racing done and dusted. Managed to go a little bit quicker, but unfortunately I dropped a position, so I finished second, which isn't to be sniffed at. I didn't give that high line a go, which I thought I might, but last time I walked up here I just thought it's getting too dodgy, the track's getting looser. Is it really worth it? Might have been, who knows. I'm in one piece, that's always a win. See with the bike now, 90% of travel on the front, full 100 on the rear. So we're going to put an air token in this going forward, wind off the compression, and that should give us a happy medium, I reckon. Anyway, let's go check out Pod. There we go, what a fantastic day we have had here at Worcester Lodge for the MIJ downhill. Managed to bag myself a second in Pro-Am. The bike was seriously sick as always. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have, be great if you give it a thumbs up, be sick if you subscribe. Until next one, I'll see you in a bit. Oi, oi.